Hey everyone, welcome to This Explainer. If you've ever wandered down a toy aisle, seen a giant wall of brightly colored miniature cars, and wondered why grown adults are frantically digging through them like they're looking for buried treasure, well, you are in the exact right place. Today, we're taking a super practical journey from being a casual toy buyer to becoming a really advanced Hot Wheels collector. We are going to break down the exact roadmap you need to navigate this incredibly layered and honestly, super fun hobby. To really understand why people take this so seriously, let's put things into perspective right out of the gate. $175,000. Yeah, you heard that right. That is the actual auction record set for a single Hot Wheels car, a 1969 VW pink Beach Bomb prototype. Now, okay, while that's obviously an extreme outlier, it absolutely proves that this hobby isn't just child's play, right? There is serious value, some really deep history, and a massive secondary market built entirely around these tiny cars. So here is our roadmap for today. First, the allure of Hot Wheels. Then, first steps and product lines. After that, spotting the treasure hunts, followed by the harsh truth of condition, and finally, some advanced insider tips. Okay, let's dive into this. Section 1, the allure of Hot Wheels. Basically, why we collect in the first place. So what makes these little cars so magnetically appealing? Well, it actually goes all the way back to 1968. Hot Wheels started as Mattel's direct answer to Matchbox. But instead of just focusing on everyday, boring realism, they brought in actual automotive designers to create cars with performance, speed, and these wild fantasy elements. Today, that legacy has evolved into literally one of the most actively traded collectible markets in the world. But because the history is so vast, a beginner's absolutely crucial first decision is to find a focus. Like, are you in it for nostalgia? Are you looking for an investment? Do you just want to display really cool designs? You have to pick a lane, whether that's JDM imports, classic American muscle cars, or vintage pieces from the 60s and 70s. Because, let's be real, without a focus, you'll simply end up with a massive, directional pile of $2 toys taking up way too much space in your closet. Finding your focus is your very first tool. Section 2, first steps and product lines. Let's understand what's actually out there. Listen, buying blindly without understanding how Mattel structures its releases is the absolute easiest way to overpay or, on the flip side, to completely undervalue a gem you might already own. Let's break down the hierarchy. At the base, you have your main lines. These are the $1.50 to $2 cars you see everywhere. They've got plastic bases and massive production runs. But as you move up to premium lines like Car Culture and Boulevard, the price jumps to the $6 to $10 range. Why? Well, these feature metal bases, realistic rubber tires, and really detailed adult-focused designs. Plus, they're produced in significantly lower quantities, which is exactly why they hold their value so much better than your common main lines over time. Now, before you start buying up all those different lines, you need a basic beginner's toolkit. First rule, buy what you love. Value matters, sure, but not on day one. Second, if you ever plan to resell, keep that packaging perfectly intact. Third, learn condition grading immediately. We're actually going to cover that in just a minute. And finally, connect with the community. Places like Reddit's Hot Wheels board and various Facebook groups are incredibly generous with their knowledge. Trust me, following these basic rules will save you money, help you dodge rookie mistakes, and completely outpace other novices who are just blindly grabbing whatever's on the shelf. Section 3, spotting treasure hunts. Finding the hidden gems at retail. Okay, this is where the adrenaline really kicks in. The most thrilling part of retail shopping isn't just buying what's obviously sitting on the shelf, it's finding the hidden gems that Mattel secretly sneaks onto those standard store pegs, literally right under the noses of regular shoppers. Now, what's really interesting here is the clear distinction between a regular treasure hunt and a super treasure hunt. A regular TH is cool. You know, it has a subtle little flame logo and is produced in slightly lower quantities. But the STH, the super treasure hunt, that is the true prize. These feature a deep, beautiful, translucent candy coat called Spectraflame paint. They use Real Riders rubber tires, and they are extremely limited. And they are hidden right there in the basic everyday assortments. And here is exactly why people hunt for them with such wild intensity. If you find a super treasure hunt at retail, you pay the standard $1.50 price. But the moment you walk out of those store doors, that exact same car can instantly flip on the secondary market for anywhere from $15 to $80, and sometimes even more. Finding one of these at retail price remains the ultimate financial thrill and adrenaline rush in the entire hobby. Section 4, condition grading. Let's talk about the harsh truth. As exciting as finding a rare car is, here's a reality check. A tiny flaw can completely destroy its valuation. In diecast collecting, the actual car is only half the equation. Let's walk through this standard grading scale together. It starts at C10, which is absolute, perfect mint condition. But watch how quickly it drops off. A C9 is near mint, maybe just a tiny, barely noticeable ding on the corner of the cardboard. If you're dealing with packaged cars, you absolutely must treat the packaging as part of the collectible itself. A bent card, a slight crease, water damage, or even a tiny bit of sticky residue from an old price tag will instantly knock your pristine find down the grading scale and drag its value right down with it. This actually leads to a massive, ongoing debate in the community: mock versus loose. Mock, or mint on card, means keeping the toy completely sealed. It absolutely retains higher resale value, but man, it demands a ton of storage space. Loose, on the other hand, means opening it up. Naturally, the resale value drops, but you get full, tactile access to actually enjoy the piece. So how do you strategize this? While many series collectors simply do both. They keep their premium, high-value finds perfectly sealed while opening up their duplicates or common cars to display in nice acrylic cases and actually, enjoy them. Section 5. Advanced Insider Tips. Time for some real market knowledge. All right, so you've mastered the basics. Now for the insider market knowledge that truly separates the casual buyers from the pros. First up, let's demystify case codes. See, before a car ever hits a peg in a store, it arrives in a standard cardboard shipping box. On the outside of that box is an alphanumeric string, something like HKJ57. Collectors use community-shared spreadsheets to decode these strings, which tells them exactly which assortment, revision, and production year is hiding inside. This gives hunters a massive head start. It literally allows them to predict if a highly sought-after variant or a super treasure hunt might be in that specific shipment before the box is even opened. Next up, let's talk about what actually appreciates in value. So the crucial point here is that mass-produced basic mainlines rarely ever go up in value. If you want true investment pieces, you need to focus on these key categories. Super treasure hunts, for sure. RLC exclusives. First editions of really popular licensed castings, especially things from franchises like Batman or Fast and Furious. And finally, high-grade vintage redlines, which are those incredibly sought-after cars from 1968 to the mid-1970s, instantly recognizable by the little red stripe on their tires. It really all boils down to this perfectly stated golden rule of Hot Wheels investing. Scarcity plus demand equals value. It honestly doesn't matter if a car is old. If it was mass-produced, is super easy to find, and only a few niche people even want it, the price simply is not going to move. You need both a limited supply and a really hungry market to see those prices climb. And if you want the absolute ultimate combination of scarcity and demand, you look straight to the Red Line Club, or RLC. This is Mattel's ultra-exclusive collector membership tier. It only costs about $10 to $15 a year to join, and it gives you access to incredibly premium builds featuring that gorgeous Spectraflame paint. But here's the catch. Paying the membership fee? That's the easy part. These releases are so crazy popular that they sell out in literal minutes. Fighting off the checkout bots to actually secure the cars is the real challenge you'll face as a top-tier collector. And there you have it. You now have the full roadmap. You know the history, the hierarchy of the different product lines, how to spot a super treasure hunt from a mile away, why a tiny, microscopic dent on a cardboard package matters so much, and how to read the secret language of case codes. You are completely equipped to hit the retail pegs like a pro. So, I'll leave you with this provocative question. Now that you know the secrets, what will you hunt first? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and hey, happy huntin'!